This is the Hello World podcast. So when a boss, let's say, or a manager immediately shuts down a suggestion of a younger employee, let's say to use a specific tool or an improvement in the process, can that shutdown be considered violation of psychological safety, Peter?
It is, because it makes that people feel unsafe to share their ideas and to bring their whole self to work. So bring their life experience to work. If they feel unsafe to do that, yeah, that's certainly a lack of psychological safety.
But then you spoke about generations. I'm a Gen Xer,
Right.
and yes, older generations, to us, we did not have this term before, Peter. And I would say we're used to our managers 20, 30 years ago really adopting that authoritarian style, that traditional leadership of saying no, I don't
Yeah.
want that, no,
Yeah.
or it's my way that I want to ensure that my leadership is inclusive, and I also want as a leader, as a business owner, to now bring in psychological safety. Now knowing the benefits, no, it leads to financial effects or impact. How can I, as a business owner and leader, build inclusive leadership and psychological safety?
Yeah. I saw a survey recently that asked CEOs what their biggest fear was. And I don't know if you can imagine what their biggest fear might be. And I'm sure your listeners are probably thinking, what would the biggest fear of a CEO be? In fact, the most common answer was that I don't know what's going on. So something that your people at the front line know that doesn't get to you until it's too late, right?
Because of course you're very high up at the top.
Exactly, right? So a psychologically safe environment encourages that kind of communication up the tree, right? And if it starts at the top, if the leader is showing an example of being able to listen and, not ridicule, but accept and consider new ideas, encourage people to build their whole self to work, that example is going to flow down through the rest of the organization. But the work that I've done recently is about using a tool, a survey that's around 25, 30 questions that is focused on how people are feeling in the workplace. So it's not really about what they're doing or what they're thinking, it's what they're feeling.
Mhm.
And you can probably think of your own experience. Your feelings often drive the way you think, and the way you think drives what you do. So if you focus on how people are feeling, you're actually getting a very accurate picture of how the team is working together.
Mhm.
And you can then collate and collect that data, obviously very confidentially, because everyone has to feel, again, safe that what they answer is not going to be revealed to their bosses. But then you can analyze that data and visualize where are the problems within the organization. Are there pockets of psychologically unsafe teams? Are there areas where things are particularly good? And then you can look at, what is the cause of this, right? Is there a particular manager? For example, it often happens when team members are from one culture and the manager is from a different culture.
Mhm.
And the manager doesn't mean to instill an atmosphere of fear, but just a different way of dealing with employees due to their culture causes misunderstandings. The employees feel afraid to raise ideas or to challenge things. And often it's just a few conversations that need to be had to sort that out. But the beauty of having a real tool to measure psychological safety is that you can get an empirical and a rational view of where the problems are. So that's where it starts. And then we'd work with an organization to help them implement some changes in processes, maybe change the culture a little bit, have a few conversations about what it means. And, most cases that works just fine.
Two things about what you mentioned. We really can't improve or manage what we do not measure.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
hearing that. So the same way that organizations administer employee engagement surveys to get a pulse of their employees on level of engagement, this one now is another tool that they can use to make sure that there's a culture that people may speak up or should speak up.
Hi, this is Louis Banta, CEO and Chief Consultant of LJMB or Learning Just Made Better. Thanks for watching my video. To get more videos like this, click subscribe and hit the bell icon below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and share this to others.